So here we go, Lord leading them out. Ben Lord was the fastest rider in the qualifying earlier on today from Ryan Tyres, Jim Lovell, Dom Herbertson. Any one of those could take victory really. Mick Lord and Phil Dickens as well. The riders going for a full, exciting lap. John Buckle, Ed Peed in 8th place, Jamie Callan, Chase Collymore 10th. Simon Patterson a bit further behind in 12th position. 13th for Scott McGibbon in qualifying from Dougie Craven, Reese Peacock, Adam Jamieson, Sebastian Barron, Aaron Sadler in 18th place. 19th for Chris Edwards, Dan Merrion, Joe Woodward, Shane Hopkins, Nathan Smith. 24th was Ian Blatchford. Well, we did worry actually at the start of racing today. Was very little forecast of rain, but there did seem to be a bit of dampness in the air. But of course, the riders having to cope with the changing track today as well. They've gone from pretty much almost a full wet circuit to this lovely weather as the flag drops. And let's hope for another clean start. Here we go. Ben Lord leads them away. Let's have a look. They all seem to have gone away cleanly into the first corner. And a bit of a wobble in the middle there, but everyone again seems to come through cleanly. This, of course, a new track for the mini bikes. It's the first time they've had bikes here for quite a while. It does seem to have gone down well with not only people, the officials, but the riders as well.
Yeah, it's an amazing circuit. I mean, the facilities as well as the actual surface. You can tell that it's a pristine karting kind of circuit because there's no big holes, there's no big grooves, and as you can see now, the times that the riders are putting in, these boys at the front of the 140As are really quick, really quick.
Fair to say, of course, all the tracks that the BMB series goes to, they're all top quality. Oh, we had trouble a bit further back there, just trying to identify who that is. It's a bit of a drop at the back. Picked it up on the lap charts in a few moments, but Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres very close. It's Tyres that leads, Lord in second, Jim Lovell third, Mick Lord in fourth, Dom Herbertson, John Buckle, Chase Collymore up to seventh. One of the midfield runners just dropping the bike with nothing serious. Everyone else gets back underway on that second lap. Full course green, so nice and clear. I think it might have been the 46 that went down of Joe Woodward. He's back on the bike. In terms of you saying, Nathan, the track, they're all good tracks, of course, the mini bike go to. And just goes through these sort of karting based tracks. They're the proper deal, aren't they? They're well turned out. They're like miniature car racing tracks, effectively, in terms of the preparation.
Yeah, for anybody that's never been before, I think people sometimes see the mini bike thing and see it as a bit of a, don't think it's going to be that serious, but again, as you can see, the circuit here, the condition, the surface, the facilities, everything's amazing. It's well worth coming down. And some of the riders, as you can see at the front here with Ryan Tyres and Ben Lord, Jim Lovell, these guys are as good as the BSB boys that are turning up. You've got Dom Herbertson, the TT winner. He can't even keep up with these boys at the front, so it just goes to show the kind of quality that the amateurs, if you like, have got.
Dom Herbertson still there in fourth place, but like you say, the top three breaking away now. Ryan Tyres, Ben Lord and Jim Lovell, but there really isn't anything to speak of between these three riders. They had a great race earlier on today, and this looks like an action replay as trouble in third place. A big spill there for Jim Lovell. I think we just caught there on the corner of the camera. Just the front end seemed to wash out on him. He seems okay. He went into the banking, but Lovell I think is okay. Well, I think that was Lovell. Just confirm that. Yeah, it definitely was. There's Tyres from Lord, just three down to 2, and just out of shot. Lovell is okay. He's getting back on the bike and it kicked but he's well out of contention. There is a wave yellow at the moment, but 3 becomes 2 now as Ben Lord battling with Ryan Tyres for the lead.
Yeah, Ben and Ryan, you can see how competitive they are. They're good friends off the track as well, but as you can see, they're very close. This will be decided probably by half a second. I'd be shocked if it's any more than that. As you can see, they're both really quick, strong in different areas of the track, and I think that's what makes the kind of good racing. You can see that Ryan's tends to be a little bit quicker on the tighter stuff. As soon as the fast flowing corners, Ben comes into his own on the Parker bike. The Parker bike is running absolutely amazing. Obviously the Simoto as well, and you can see absolutely on each of his tail, way clear of third place. Probably got 2 or 3 seconds.
Well, we just saw Ben Lord having a quick glance to check his progress because Herbertson is a bit further behind, 3 seconds adrift in third place. Mick Lord fourth, Chase Collymore, the young rider, in 5th place. Great start for him in some very strong company. I just made the point actually before this race got underway. when you're looking at pro riders, as soon as you turn pro, it gets a bit different because you got the pressure from sponsors and the media and so forth. There's a lot more. It's not just fun anymore, but it shows the riders do enjoy their racing and their riding, because they come to events like this, sort of like pro-am setup, and just off their own free will, you might say, for want of a better phrase, come out and enjoy the racing.
Like Richard Cooper, Kyle Ryde, Lee Jackson, Peter Rickman, they're all here today. The skills that they can learn and the skills that they develop on these bikes, it's very transferable to the big bikes, and it goes to show the kind of emphasis to put on riding these bikes. Lee Jackson, who's been riding today, he's got a BSB British Superbike test tomorrow, so it's kind of worth the trip down for him to race at these events, because there is a lot that they can gain from it.
And of course, looking at Pete Hickman as well, it's a great coup for British Mini Bikes to get Pete Hickman involved in the Vale class, and a bit of a corny phrase, but giving something back, you almost might say, because it's something business interest involved in off the track, and something to bring the next generation of riders through as well.
Yeah, you can tell when Pete's in the paddock and he's around the kids and he's around the parents even, you can tell that he's got a real passion for the bike racing. It's obviously his business, but at the same time, you can tell the passion really comes through, and the emphasis and the coaching he puts through the kids. It is amazing to see, and like I said, TT winner, British Superbike front runner, and he really does put the time into the kids as well.
And I was saying a bit earlier on, perhaps the TT, that's sort of like the road side of things. It's maybe the sort of side of the sport that's most famous with the general public. So Hickman is quite a big name, not just with people into racing as fans, but even like the general sporting public. So it is nice to get people like that along. Yeah,
it's good. I mean, when you go into the paddock and the guys are just walking around, the TT riders, the BSB riders, they're very, they integrate with the amateurs like myself, and they walk around, they'll speak to people, and it's good to be around them kind of guys. You see them on the TV, and they're the kind of, you watch them week in, week out, but then you're racing against them today. But great to see.
Looking at this battle here, looks like Ed Peed and Chris Edwards, they've been battling away just on the edge of the top 10 for most of the race.
I think Chris does very well. I know Chris quite well, and he's not the lightest of guys, and he really does go well, and he's come on leaps and bounds. It is it's difficult when you're a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, but Chris it really does make it pay around here.
Here we go, this midfield battle still battling away, and Ben Lord, incidentally, fastest lap of the race earlier on with a 50.679. The top two riders almost identical on pace, so still a long way to go, 5 laps left, and still anything could happen. As we look a bit further back, Sebastian Barron in there, Dan Merrin, battles all the way through this Group A field. It's always very competitive. And of course, the pit bikes, they're relatively even on power, not much between the bikes, so always close racing.
Yeah. The power is very even. I mean, the Parker bike at the front is an amazing piece of kit. It's so light, and I think that helps as well. And it has got, it's really well set up. But the bikes themselves are, there's one horsepower, 1.5 horsepower maybe in it, and so you can see why you get the close racing. As you can see with Ryan and Ben, this is it's going to be building up to a lovely finish.
There's another good. Oh, sorry, just to interrupt. There's another good battle just coming into screen now with Chase Collymore and Mick Lord. Very much a case of youth versus experience here. And Collymore doesn't care of any reputations here. The number 7 having a look down the inside of Lord, who shuts the door on him. And of course, people like Chase Collymore, of course, he's come through from the youth ranks, and nothing phases him, it would seem.
Chase is amazing. Chase is one of them young lads that kind of takes everything in his stride, and you can see how like you say, he's battling with Mick Lord, who's been doing it pretty much from the start of the British mini bike. So Chase isn't phased, and he's really, really quick. I've been on track many a times when Chase has come past, and he can smash you like he stood still. He's got a lovely style as well. You can see him here coming onto the start finish straight, and yeah, he's very good on the brakes as well. Very good rider.
Well, he's keeping Mick Lord honest in 4th place, and there he is once again. We've got the number 20 of John Buckle just behind this battle. Meanwhile, Ryan Tyres has gone back through into the lead. The leader's now heading towards the dogleg hairpin by the pits. Well, once again, Ben Lord right on his tail as we see Chase Collymore down the inside of Mick Lord. And here we see the leaders once again. Just see how close it is. We've got 2 laps to go next time round. Ryan Tyres with Ben Lord all over the back. So I think this could be a bit of a strategy here. These two riders staying together, but what Ben Lord's going to do here. If he's going to make a pass too early or just keep on the back of Ryan Tyson to keep the pressure on going into the final lap. It's a close one.
Yeah. It's a very difficult circuit to pass as well. It's one of them circuits that if you get one corner wrong, it sets you up really badly for the next 2 or 3. So any move that you make, it's got to be clean, it's got to be accurate, because you know, if you have to be heavy on the brakes and you don't pass, you lose a lot of momentum. You can see Ben just kind of following Ryan through, and he'll have an idea in his head of where he wants to pass Ben. As I said earlier, Ben's stronger in certain areas than Ryan is, and he'll have an idea of where he wants to pass him. You can see Ryan looking behind him, probably panicking more than you can hear the bikes as well. Also, they're quite loud, these things. You can hear the bikes when someone is behind you or chasing you, so Ryan will be fully aware of that Ben is right on his tail.
So let's have a look down by the finish line. The last lap board goes out as Ben Lord has a peek down the inside, but not close enough to go for the pass around that wide right-hander, and things will tighten up now as you go into the second corner. Tyres holding the inside line. Now let's see if Lord can switch down the inside as the corner tightens in on itself. Tries to get away under acceleration, but Ryan Tyres holds the line into the hairpin. 2 back marks in front here though as well.
Yeah, he's probably got 2 more places to pass here. This is one of them. Let's go come up in a minute. The right-hander has just switched hard on the brakes, and they're going to come round into the hairpin.
Dogleg
yeah,
corner
so it's
here.
not going to be there, so it's got to be this last corner. If it's not going to be here, it's not going to be anywhere.
Let's see what Ben Lord can do. Sweeping around the outside, Tyres guards the inside, so Lord perhaps is going to try and set him up into the left-hander here towards the final right-handed sweep. But I think Ryan Tyres may have done enough here as they make their way around the final corner. Lord having a try. Oh, that was close, but by 6/100th of a second, Ryan Tyres takes the checkered flag. What a fabulous race that was to the line.
Yeah, I did say it less than half a second, and it was a lot less than that as well. You know, these two at the front are amazing riders. They're very close. A lot of respect as well. They know where they are on the track. A lot of racing room given, but really, really hard riding. Dom Herbertson coming in third. Chase Collymore with a lovely fourth. Like I say, a young lad coming, making his way in the racing. Mick Lord in fifth. John Buckle's run really well this weekend. He stepped up a little, another gear, and he's run really well. So yeah, an amazing race, and I think one more race to go, and be the end of an amazing weekend.
Yeah, it's been fabulous, of course. Don't need us to stand here on the microphone and say what a tough year it's been, not just in racing, but in society as a whole. And even this first round, of course, there's been caveats in that, of course, it's not so inclusive as normal. You can't come here and spectate. So thank you, of course, for watching this live stream. But a lot of work behind the scenes to get things underway, and it's nice that with these precautions we can at least get on the track and get some championship racing underway.
Yeah, at one point, like, we've said over the last couple of weeks or so, we definitely we didn't think, last couple of months, should I say, we didn't think we'd be racing. So to be here today with the full grids that we've got, it's been an amazing turnout. And like I say, the only downside, as you've just mentioned, is the fact that spectators haven't been able to, come and watch, and they can watch it online. But if you ever get a chance to come down to these events, they are amazing, and hopefully we get back to a little bit of more normality, I suppose. That should come along with it. But yeah, amazing to be at back racing.
Well, quite right there, Nathan. Thanks for coming along from BR8 Media.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, mate.
And like Nathan said, of course, it's a real shame that spectators can't come along this afternoon. But keep an eye out on the British Mini Bikes website and on the social media, of course, as the situation develops. We're going to just go to our final race